Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Daily Drive. I hope you're having a great day watching this somewhere in Eastern Kentucky. Today I want to continue a conversation we started yesterday about the condition of the human heart. In Mark chapter 4, Jesus tells a story about a farmer who was scattering seed on all different kinds of soil. If the soil isn't right, things won't be able to grow in that soil, and Jesus uses that analogy to tell us that if our hearts aren't right, the things of God will never be able to grow in your life. Today, I want to look at what Jesus calls the rocky soil. Now, when most of us hear rocky, we think of hard soil, but that was the path that Jesus talked about yesterday. The rocky soil is different, and I want you to see the difference. Here, Jesus is referring to a solid layer of rock beneath a really thin layer of topsoil. The soil isn't really hard. The problem with the soil is it's shallow. See, in order for the things of God to grow in our life, we got to have the ability to talk about deep things, not just shallow things. It's easy to talk about the weather or the ball game. It's easy to talk about our work or plans for the weekend. But in order for the things of God to grow in our lives, we have to move from shallow conversations to deeper conversations. We got to be willing to talk about things like temptations and weakness. We've got to be able to talk about things like sin and our need for forgiveness. We got to be willing to talk about things like the Bible, who Jesus was, and what God is teaching us in our faith journey. As we develop the ability to talk about deeper issues of life, what we do is create a heart that allows the things of God to flourish in our lives. And so as we wrap it up today, I want you to spend time in prayer evaluating your heart. Psalm 139 says, "Search me, God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. See if there is any offensive way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting." Maybe today you can make that verse your prayer. Ask God to search your heart. Ask God to reveal to you if there's any part of your heart that's shallow. Ask God if there's anything that is preventing you from letting the things of God grow in your life. If God reveals you have a shallow heart, I want you to do something about it. Start tonight by talking to a friend, your spouse, or your kids about the deeper things in life. Share what you've been learning on the Daily Drive this week. Talk to them about what God is teaching you and what kinds of heart conditions you're struggling with. Guys, it may be a little uncomfortable to have that conversation at first, especially if you've never had these types of conversations. But if you will take this step, God may not only go to work in your life, He will go to work in their life in a fresh new way as well.